What's up, guys? It's Caliber here,
With the beast.
And I'm Carol.
and it is Mod Mouth.
Yay.
All right, so what do you got for us, Beast?
I went to the vape shop. I got some juice. Got some dark of the berry. It's like a blackberry, blueberry, all the dark berries kind of thing. It's really good. Been vaping on it all day. And I also got some wormy. It is by Vape, the Nostalgia. They also have another flavor I'm going to get later. It's sweet as fish, so that's going to be good. This is like a sour gummy worm, basically.
Okay.
And I also got some tips, which I already put on my actual what I was going to put them on anyway. So I'll pop them off here. Whatever. Just put on. I got this one for the print. It's kind of got like a little spatter, clear type of deal going on there.
Yeah.
And I also got one that I can figure this one off pretty easily. I think. There, got it. This one I got for my dead rabbit.
It's pretty.
Yeah. And then I also got a 2700 for my another one for it's an iJoy with the 5 prongs. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got. My spoils of the day.
And I got a new mod,
Mod.
the Geek Vape Aegis Legend mod. 200
Bum, bum.
watts. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into the packaging. Sorry, we're not using Google Hangouts. It's been really fucky lately.
Yeah.
And using Google Hangouts is a lot harder than using Skype because everybody has, well, except for me because I'm on a computer, but these two have to keep their devices charged. Alright, so, charging cable. Just a basic charging cable. Nothing fancy here, Beast. No
Mm,
lightning connector!
right, that's depressing.
You also get a bag of goodies in here, extra screws, and an extra cover for the charging port on the mod. And you get some warranty information and stuff in here. Oh, hang on. Go ahead, let see. Get this. A warning card. And then your warranty card.
Don't swallow it.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. The wrong went down the wrong tube there for you.
It went up my nose and I swallowed it because I'm an idiot, apparently.
Hmm.
Alright. Go ahead and put this back in here. Alright. Put that back in there like that. And let's get on to the mod. So obviously you can tell the color of the mod by the actual packaging. But here it is.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's a
Idiot.
very, very beautiful mod.
Added,
Very industrial looking.
which I think gives it a nice flair.
Yeah, it's like we see all these mods. Like you have the T-Priv, you have the RX Gen 3, you have all these mods. And yes, all of them are unique in their own design. The T-Priv kind of has that Transformer look.
Hmm.
The RX Gen 3 has a traditional RX look. But never seen a mod that is built like this. This thing is an absolute. It's not as big as say like the what can I compare it to? Let's see. I just realized something.
Mm.
Oh nope, here it is. Never mind. I was like, I think I lost my blade. No, I didn't. It's right here. It's not as big as this, but it's a girthy mod. And I'm knocking shit over here. Oh well.
Well,
It's
God,
it's
what?
it's a girthy mod. It's pretty big in the hands. Not bad. comfortable to hold because of the leather. We're gonna use would this be like a back strap?
I would say that, yeah.
Back strap, leather back strap. So it's comfortable. It's not hard on your hands. Um, but the colors, man, the colors just look amazing. I don't know how long the colors are gonna last on the buttons or the side, but the colors just I don't know. This kind of just it gives it that industrial look, like that safety orange.
Mhm.
Like you seen a orange like safety vest for like construction. It kind of reminds me of that.
Mm.
Um, it reminds me more because like safety orange is like neon. What it actually reminds me more of is hunter orange,
Hunter
which
orange.
is just a slightly darker shade of safety orange.
Yeah, it could be for that. I mean, if you're a hunter, you could definitely.
Mm.
That's what I see it as because I was raised by a hunter, so like I know that shade of orange very well. It's also if it was a little bit darker, it would be Harley Davidson orange.
Yeah. So, but it definitely it looks amazing. It's really got the industrial look, rubberized right here. This part's all. Believe it or not, Beast. This part right here is rubber.
Really? Nice.
It's like a silicone rubber type esque material. Um, battery door is absolutely amazing on it. It's a thick battery door.
Yeah.
Got
That's
your little
good.
rubber gasket right here that keeps out the water because this mod is IP67 water and dust resistance as well as shock resistant. As you will come to know, I don't like using the term proof because nothing is waterproof. We as humans aren't waterproof.
Right.
And we're made of how much water, Beast?
It's like 70%.
So there's that. And we're going to take a look at this little loading screen. I think Beast likes that little loading screen.
Nice.
Not as flashy as the Pulse's loading screen though. The Pulse is kind of has that little doot doot doot, which he'll show here in a second if he can.
Also.
Love it.
Vandy chip.
Okay.
It's nice. Love the screen on this. This is a color. It does have a color display, which I like, and it's kind of in a bluish hue. Let me see if I can't get my little tool out to show you guys this the best I can. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm sorry we have to use Skype for this, but it's the only way. So we're gonna take off right light,
Hey. Sorry.
turn down the brightness some, turn off the autofocus. As you can see, it's got that blue type of hue to it.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
And let me go ahead and reset everything. Alright, save. So yeah. But I also got a new set of batteries with it. Two brand new Samsung 25Rs.
Nice.
Which it looks like Samsung is using a different color wrap this time. Because if you remember, babe, do you have a Samsung 25R by you?
Yes.
All of my batteries are rewrapped, so I couldn't show you the original wrapping. So if you look, mine is just a wee bit brighter, so I'm thinking they're changing their wraps out.
Mm.
Let me go ahead and so what should we talk about for tonight? I think we should really talk about Rip Trippers because I really want to go back to the Pulse mod real quick. So, in order to do that, Hang on. My camera is like really dark. Let me get my camera tool out and fix that.
Look it up.
I hate fucking with
What
my.
did,
I really hate
what,
messing with my camera settings.
what
Oh.
did Rip Tripper say about the pulse?
Um, he says it's a performance mod.
I don't really see it as that.
Or not a
Granted,
He didn't
I'm
say it
not
was a
versed
performance
in.
mod, but he said it has optimal performance. He's just doing his typical little thing where it's like, oh, this mod is great. This mod is the best mod in the world. Do I have a battery in here? Yes, I do. I have an 18650. And none to bother. It doesn't. The only thing that makes the difference between the 18650 and the 2700 is one, the 2700 hits just a little bit harder. It lasts a little bit longer, but no, just no rip trippers. This thing hits like what juice is on? I'm trying to figure out what juice is on here.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Me trying to identify my unlabeled juice bottles.
Maybe I can do it now. There's just no fucking way this thing is. It like alright. Granted, I'm comparing apples to oranges here. Practically, I think they're the same build. This one might have a little bit more reps. But, apples to oranges here. Big difference. Alright, so. I'm going to show you where this build is really supposed to be performing at. Because I designed these builds myself, and the build that's in here runs great at 65 watts. And that's 64. We're also going to check the resistance. Alright, 0.15. Actually, it's reading 0.18. So, yeah. Hits a lot harder, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's where this build is supposed to be hitting at. These builds that I design, that I make, usually tend to involve less wraps so I can run them at a slightly lower wattage. What am I doing? Why am I... Oh, come on,
Make
BC.
up, Albert.
What am I even doing? Like, I don't fucking know. But this is not a performance mod. Alright, I find this mod is designed for an everyday vapor. It's not designed for people like me who, or even Beast for that matter. Beast is not a cloud chaser. I'm trying to turn him into a cloud chaser. It's slowly working. It's about this far off. He's getting there. He's getting there. But Beast, you tend to vape at higher wattages than what I do.
Well, not right now, but yeah, usually.
Well, depending on what if you're running dual coil builds, you'll tend to vape between 100 and 120 watts.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
me, I try to. Lately, I when I first started, and I think when everybody gets into trippers and they tend to vape at higher wattages just because they can.
Yeah.
But I've come down to the point, huh?
That I didn't.
No, she didn't. But she's smart, unlike me. But I've come down to, I'm to the point where a 60 watt vape will satisfy me. This build, it's reading 0.15. $64 watts. You don't need to go courageous with your wattage. Now, to the 30 watters out there, this is high wattage.
Right.
The guys who
Right.
vape at 30 watts and under, this 60 is high to them. It's out of their comfort zone. To me, 120 to 130, which I used to vape at daily before I met them. I had one setup that had a pair of pre-builts in it, which me and Beast know that the pre-built Clapton coils require a lot of power. I had a set of pre-built Claptons and the Twisted Messes sitting on top of the GX 350, and I used to bang that thing at 130 watts daily. It actually got to a point where 130 wasn't doing it anymore, and I needed more. So I was at 140, 150 watts daily. And that's like the highest. Nah, I can't say that's the highest I've been. I vaped at 300 watts once in a tank, so that's always fun. Beast watched me do it too. It's like, you're nuts, bro.
So you crazy, man. You crazy.
But I also got some juice, so we're not rambling on to one thing. I got some juice as well. I got some of the nubless again. Grape Stratus Fruit. I really love this juice. I didn't care too much for the Cirrus Sorbet. It was something to vape, but I didn't like it. So, got some more of the nubless. Pretty good juice. Nubilis. Anyways, let's see. Let's talk about that Pulse piece because I know you wanted to do a review on that.
Yeah. What can I say about that? I mean, this thing's like hands down. Which I mean, this is saying a lot. I mean, this is probably my favorite mod to date. I mean, leaps and bounds. Um, it's something I like. I like a lot. I like smaller mods. So comfortability wise in the hand, it's fantastic. It performs well. I've been really getting into like single coil a lot lately. So I mean, I like it paired with the Dead Rabbit SQ, but I want to get my hands on a recurve. But until that day. Uh, but yeah, as performance wise, I mean, it runs really well. Especially with I mean, it does like the original one does. I mean, where you can use an 18650 with the adapter, or you can use the 2700, which I've been rocking 2700s in and only at this point. Um, the chip is interesting. You can actually do a lot of random things on here. Like you can do like arc settings. Um, you can do different temperature settings and all that jazz as well. But yeah, I mean, if I overall like for feel, because it even has like it doesn't creak like the original one does. Like I had that little creak on the other original. This one doesn't have it. I think it's because they have a better magnet system than they used to have, and it might have something to do with the chip itself. Actually, making like the board actually makes it more thicker, and they use more back plating basically. Um, than the other one. And it just got little nicks that are pretty cool. Like it's got the loading screen that kind of gives it a little bit of a niche. And when you open the back panel, you can get to your battery, but they also put on there in this little panel. I don't know if you can read it, but it says like a Tony B project manufactured by Bandy Vape. It's just like a little secret thing that's behind the vape door, the back panel, which I think is kind of cool. Um, Again, it's a very customizable mod. Eventually, I'm going to get some more doors for it to kind of, be able to kind of customize it as best I can for
Have
like
a
my
door for every occasion.
exactly right. So I mean, I like it right now because it's kind of got that nice little, very sleek look. I think it looks a tits. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
looks
want one.
it looks pretty badass, even with the dead rabbit sitting on top of it, which I think is a little tall. But I think that's only because it's tall, but it's narrow. It's a 22 millimeter on top of it. That's why it could hold a 24 pretty well, and it won't have any overhang. But
Anything bigger than the 24 and you're looking at
oh,
issues.
yeah, you're anything higher than that would be bad. Like it would hang over. I mean, 25 it could fit, but it would definitely overhang. I don't think anything higher than 25 would be for this mod at all. Um, Buttons are easy to use. They got this nice little knurling, like circular knurling type of deal going on. Like it's textured, clicks well. I mean, everybody likes a good clicker, and I mean, yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. Especially in the power mode, it's pretty much just like there, it's just a black and white screen. I mean, they didn't really go too much in the screen, but really in this Squonker, like, what are you really looking for in that? You know, I mean, you could have done color, but I don't think it really adds or takes away from it. So, I mean, overall, I'd probably give this an 8, possibly a 9 out of 10.
He really likes it.
This is like, again, like I said, it's just a little bit, like, little bit of design care. I mean, even this little pulse symbol, it's like right there next to the Squonk bottle, which I think is just a nice touch. It's just got, it's a thing that just got a little nice little touches that make it comfortable. So,
You know,
yeah.
I thought about something. So, in the very, very few times I've ever watched an actual vaping video, and it's not that I don't like vaping, it's just, it's not my biggest hobby ever. It's just something I enjoy. Someone was complaining about people only liking the looks of their mods and not like their performance or something like that. I don't remember who was complaining. I don't know. But the thought process is like we all keep buying smock products no matter how much we diss them because they're aesthetically pleasing, right?
Yeah.
And I think the reason behind that is because even if something doesn't work the way we want it to, you could have the most epic mod ever, but if it's ugly as hell, you're not really going to be proud to have it.
I agree with that. I mean, let's put it this way. Look at Ferraris, right? Ferraris are very performance. They are a performance car. It's it's a beautiful, flashy car. It looks awesome. I mean, it's the status quo, but you have to take it in the shop to get it tightened up again every so often. I mean, it's just something you have to deal with. Harley Davidson the same damn way. I love Harleys to death, but every so often you got to freaking take it in to get everything tightened back up again because of the vibrations. But they look awesome. Doesn't take anything away from the actual bike or car or whatever. When you find a mod that works great, that looks great, it's a fine, because a lot of times you'll have performance and it doesn't look the best, but then you'll find ones that look great that just perform like shit, and that's the mag all over. Or that. Exactly. If I was going strictly on looks, I mean, the original Pulse really is a great looking mod. It just doesn't perform well. But it looks great. It just sucks so bad. And the main reason is, and I think it was it's for the look of it. The look of the button is fantastic. Just the functionality of the button is just horrible.
Oh no, it's bad. It really is. So I've seen a lot of videos on the Aegis Legend mod. I know we're going back to that real quick, because I forgot to mention one thing.
Oh yeah.
This guy can hold a 30mm device. At some point, give me a second.
Yes. I was just saying that popped in my head because you're talking about like how good like your pulse looks and like how much you like it, and I was like, if it was ugly, you probably wouldn't like it as much. And I was thinking about my pulse. I really like my pulse because it's pretty, but I like never use it because it's not
It's not like
in my comfort zone yet.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying. I mean, like I keep on looking at, like, I look at it and I'm like, as aesthetic wise, this is a very pretty mod. Even though it's a very basic looking mod, it just has those, like I said, those flares that just make it look just.
It's gorgeous.
I mean,
because it's simple, it makes it gorgeous.
It just looks elegant, is what it looks like. It's just a very elegant looking mod, and again, yes, it is. It's like you become proud of something like that. It's like, it's a really nice setup. It looks nice.
Your camera doesn't do the mod justice.
That's true too. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously I have a really crappy camera, but I mean, everybody who's seen pictures of it, it's a very elegant looking mod.
All right, but here's what this, because I haven't seen anybody actually put a 30 millimeter device on here. I just happened to was playing around one day, grabbed my Twist Messes 30, put on there, and it looks okay. This doesn't look bad. There's a tiny, actually, very minuscule amount of overhang, but looks good nonetheless. It doesn't look like it doesn't belong there. And that's that's the hardest part about vaping. Especially if you're like me and you are into 30 millimeter devices, it is very hard to find a mod that can accommodate them. But I think we said all we needed to say this video.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to them. His is S13_the_beast, and hers is Tarot Storm. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.
Peace out.